kind of locally evolved specifically to focus on education for different issues that affect us locally here.
So what I say is, environmental injustice, why is it in my community? Because the community is poor, the community is people of color, and they're the voiceless. So I'll be the voice. Yes, ma'am. You got your hand up, because I'm about to close it on down, because I don't want to get up mad.
Yeah, well, no, I just wanted to make sure I clearly understand that this plant in and of itself contaminated the land, it sounds like. And then we have on top of the land being contaminated, the intersection of 408 I-4 and Orange Blossom, which bring in the air quality conditions. And so we've got kind of layers of problems, but you're saying that the city has funded environmental cleanup only around the projects, though, that are driven by the city for, you know, entertainment.
For redevelopment.
For redevelopment.
Correct.
Right.
For jobs for the people in the community, because you know they need jobs.
Mm-hmm. So a question, I guess, would be, what do you want to happen from the city to rectify the situation?
Real simple. Justice for Ms. LaToya Lee and the rest of the people in the community. A health disparity study that we're working on with UCF. The truth, education. It's not about money, because you cannot replace Ms. Lee. You cannot do that. You can't stop the problem. But what you can do is open your eyes to recognize in our own city beautiful. When you hear about sustainable living and how wonderful it is here and how we're number 2 in sustainable living, there's a west side of Orlando. And the west side of Orlando is being marginalized and taken advantage of by Mayor Dyer and his city council. I didn't even talk about our headwaters to the wetlands. The Wakabo Springs wetlands right on John Young and W.D. Judge, where they tore down 2,000 acres, 2,000 trees. Those are the wetlands. And they allowed a developer, CNL, who gives major contributions to Mayor Dyer's campaign, to annex into the city, because when it was in the county said, you can't do an industrial park there. So the Mayor Dyer said, annex, and I'll make it happen. And he did.
What is environmental justice? How is it really defined? So the EPA defines it as the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people, regardless of race, color, national origin, or income. Because this isn't racism, but it's also classism. You're experiencing environmental justice issues in Bithlo as well. Predominantly white community, but very low income. So it's when these communities are communities of color and they lack the clout and the power to be able to raise their voices, you don't see sightings of these kinds of facilities in Winter Park. Trust me, I teach in Rollins, I walk around there, there's nothing there. There's nothing in Dr. Phillips' area, right? You're getting it, as we were talking, on the west side, you're getting it in Apopka, you're getting it in communities of color and low-income communities is where you're seeing it. And this is not just here in Florida, it's all over the nation and all over the world.